atomic mass, I can call it as atomic mass, or even I can call it as a relative atomic mass. And I'll tell you why I'm saying it is a relative. Okay. So what what actually it means as atomic mass. So in atomic mass andre enu? What is atomic mass?
Number of proton and neutron.
Okay. So number
of protons and neutrons.
Yes, absolutely. But here atomic mass
The number.
means I'm defining what? Mass of an atom, right? I'm defining a mass of single atom. ಒಂದು atom mass ಅನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. So that is what you can say it as the atomic mass. So let's come to the definition of atomic mass later. But just if in case what if atomic mass ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು atom mass ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. So it is the mass of an atom. So is it possible for us to calculate the mass of an atom? One single atom mass ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀರಿ? Is it possible for you? Is it possible? Let's say you have seen all different sorts of different kinds of weighing machines are in and around you. So this in that weighing machine, if I ask you to find out the weight in the weighing machine, is it possible?
Yes, ಅಣ್ಣ.
Weighing machine ಅಲ್ಲಿ atom ನ weigh ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದಾ?
No, sir.
Taking a standard measurement.
So you
Carbon
cannot.
12 isotope.
Yes. So you cannot directly weigh the mass of atom. So atom the mass directly now experimentally you cannot weigh. It is not possible to weigh it experimentally. Right? So experimentally it is not possible by using weighing machine or whatever. So for that, whatever the atomic mass we get is not an absolute value. It is not an absolute, but it is going to be relative atomic mass. It is not an absolute value, but it is going to be relative atomic mass of an atom you can take. So when I am saying relative, and we are mentioning it as a relative atomic mass. So relative in the sense, what we have to do? Need to compare, right? When it is relative atomic mass, you are going to, or you need to compare the atomic mass of an element with respect to known mass, or we can take it as with respect to standard element, or with respect to known mass of standard element. Known mass of standard element. Okay. So when I am saying relative atomic mass, I am going to compare that with the some other mass which I am already knowing that. Okay. So adana navili relative atomic mass ante. So you cannot absolutely find out the mass of single atom. So we are going to have a relative atomic mass of an atom. So in that way we are going to find out. So here we are going to consider for the first time when the relative atomic mass term was existed. At that case, so we took the standard element as hydrogen. We took the standard element as hydrogen. So that was the standard element which we considered. So the scientists took the hydrogen as a standard element. So to compare the atomic mass of atom. So why we considered hydrogen as a standard element? Why it was only considered when the rest of elements was there? So we'll see that. Okay, so I can clear this.
Sir, once again read the definition of relative atomic mass.
Yeah. So here it's when I'm saying relative atomic mass, the relative, you know that relative is nothing but you're going to relate to something. So you're going to connect to something. So the relative atomic mass here is nothing but the comparison or comparison between or comparison of the atomic mass of an element with respect to known mass of standard element. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರದ್ದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ in the olden times during your child you might have come across ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಶಾಪ್ಸ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ತೂಕ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ they used to use some sort of other kind of packets, or you might have seen equivalent weight ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ವೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಾಗ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವೇಟ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದ್ರದೇ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. 1 kg ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಜಿ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಆರ್ 1 kg ಅವರೆವರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ವೇಯ್ ದಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ನೋನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Okay, sir.
So and we all know, so hydrogen we have considered as a standard element here. So the scientists took this as a standard. So then we knew mass of proton, and hydrogen had only one proton. The mass of proton is going to be around 1.65 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Similarly, if I take mass of electron, so that is around 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. So, and we all know that the mass of electron was negligible with respect to mass of proton. So this was neglected. So therefore, what I can tell? I can tell that mass of hydrogen was equal to mass of proton, right? Since there was single proton in the hydrogen element, I could easily tell that the mass of hydrogen is almost equal to mass of proton, because even hydrogen consisted of one proton, and the mass of one single proton was found to be 1.65 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So I can definitely relate that with the mass of proton and the mass of hydrogen. So I got the mass of single atom there. So and we all know that the single atom of hydrogen consists of one single proton. So definitely I can relate here the mass of hydrogen with respect to the mass of proton. So then the mass of hydrogen here, the mass of hydrogen was found to be equal to 1.65 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So this was a first comparison of relative atomic mass. First comparison, first in the beginning, the scientists took the hydrogen as a standard element, but it never lasted for a longer time. And then later on, when we are using hydrogen as a standard element, and when we started comparing the mass of other elements, like let me say the mass of atoms of other element with the mass of atom of hydrogen by keeping account of proton. At that time, it began to be complicated. So it was complicated for next element. So for elements which have a higher number of masses, so higher number of masses ke adenagtittu complicate ಆಯ್ತು. Complicate ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? So if I am going to sum of, let's say, you can let me take like ಈಗ I'll say helium. Helium ಅಂದಾಗ we knew that it was having 2 proton. 2 proton ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು molecule of this I am going to sum. Okay, sum ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡನ್ನ there was no problem with this value. Could have easily do the sum of it, but there was problem arising with this power value. So every time when you're going to do the addition, the power value started increasing. So numerical values of power of 10 ಏನಿತ್ತು ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ becomes complicated. So ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ there was more amount of proton. ಒಂದು 10, 15, 16 ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 50, 65 ಆ ತರ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಈ ಪವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ಬರೆಯೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಟು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ದಿಸ್, ಸೊ ಈ ಪವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪವರ್ ಅದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವಂತದ್ದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಡೂ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, so they assumed, the scientists assumed, okay, to overcome this difficulty na power the difficulty na overcome madadike, so they assumed mass of proton to be 1 unit. They assumed the mass of proton is 1 unit. So mass of proton they assumed to be 1 unit. So hagadre if I ask you what is the mass of hydrogen atom andre, we could easily tell that 1 unit. This is the assumption there again. So first now mass of hydrogen is equal to mass of proton anta helidvi. A proton the mass eshittu 1.6.10 to -27. So later, because of the complication in the powers, the scientist considered that 1.6.10 to -27 is equal to be 1 unit anta consider madidru. So ಹಾಗೆ 1 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ವಿಚ್ ದೇ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ or this method which they used was only possible to calculate mass of atom. It was only let me write this one. This method used to calculate mass of atom in hydrogen, mass of atom in hydrogen combines hydrogen combines with other element, combines with other element. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನಿದೆ, what we need to understand here is, so when the scientists said that the mass of one proton, or let me say like mass of proton to be equal to 1 unit, so ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1.65 na they made it is equal to 1 unit. It was 1 unit. So therefore we came to the conclusion that mass of hydrogen is equal to 1 unit. So but this method what they introduced was applicable only to those elements which used to combine with hydrogen. See, which used to combine with hydrogen. So hydrogen ಜೊತೆ combine ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳೇನಿತ್ತು ಅದ್ರದ್ದು atomದು mass ನ it was able to calculate. So you can see the example I have given there, NH3H2O. So ಈ ತರ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಅದರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಆಟಮ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಲೆಟ್ ಸೇ 1 ಯೂನಿಟ್, 2 ಯೂನಿಟ್, 8 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್, 7 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್, 8 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. Based on that, when it combines with the hydrogen, was able to predict that one. But hydrogen ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ, okay, so ಅದದು ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್, ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ with many elements. They're existing at that time. Okay, so drawback ಏನು, hydrogen na standard element agi consider ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ what was the drawback? So the drawback was it was found that hydrogen was not reacting with many elements which are existing at that time. At that time ಅಂದಾಗ 18th century 17th century ಆ time ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so when the atomic mass concept was discovered, so ಆ kind of Dalton's theory ಎಲ್ಲ exist ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, let's say after 18th century. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಆವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ the middle of the time. So ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಸ್ because they are not reacting with many of the elements existing at that time. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'm making, I hope that I'm making you people clear with this. If your people not able to understand anything, just ask me to repeat or just ask me to explain it once again. Or if you have any doubts, you can just discuss with me. Okay, fine. So this is what happens when we took hydrogen as a standard element. Okay, so I'll play this now. So I'll move on to the next one. So after hydrogen, so hydrogen ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ?
Helium.
ಅಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು?
Carbon.
ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಗಿಂತನೂ ಮುಂಚೆ
Oxygen.
Yes, oxygen, exactly. So next alternative was oxygen for us. So next alternate was oxygen. So oxygen next found we as a next standard element. After hydrogen, we took standard element as oxygen. Okay, and oxygen again it was found it didn't work. Again oxygen admale they tried to take some other elements. They finally end up with all drawbacks where it was not able to applicable for all the elements which existed at that time. So finally they come to the conclusion. So after IUPAC system was started, as I was saying, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists. So after this IUPAC system formed, after that is IUPAC system started. So at that time, they took the best standard element is going to be C12 isotope. So that is going to be C12 isotope. And I hope you people know what is isotope. Guthidi ಏನಂತ isotope ಅಂದ್ರೆ?
Same atomic number, different mass.
Yes. Okay. So having a same atomic number, but they'll have different mass number, or you can say it as a different atomic weights. So such kind of things. So adana now carbon 12 isotope na we consider as standard element. So adana now standard element agi consider ಮಾಡೋದು. This was a finally So that was finally considered as a standard element. Okay, so what are the reasons to consider that as a standard element? So yake carbon 12 na now standard element agi consider madadvi. So that the first reason is going to be, so here it is found that carbon 12 isotope combines with maximum number of elements. Is found to combine with maximum number of elements. And also it was found that carbon 12 what we have is 12 times heavier, 12 times heavier than hydrogen. It was found that was 12 times heavier to hydrogen to make it equivalent to hydrogen. So how we can consider this? Let me take this as a carbon 12. So if I divide this into 12 equal parts, so roughly I'm doing. Okay. So if I consider the here we have 12. And let me divide again. Here 11 and here 12 we take. So if I take one small piece here, okay, if I take one small piece of this, so this small piece was equal to
one hydrogen.
Yes, mass of one hydrogen atom. Okay, so you can also call it as 1 by 12th part of C12 is approximately equal to mass of hydrogen. Okay, so 1 by 12th part of C12 is equal to mass of hydrogen. That is equal to 1 AMU. 1 AMU. So AMU is atomic mass unit. 1 AMU, or AMU means. So AMU means, this is very important, AMU. When I'm saying AMU, I'm talking about the mass of an atom. Okay, when I'm talking about AMU, I'm talking about mass of an atom. So atomic mass unit. So 1 AMU. So therefore, I can define atomic mass as mass of one atom, mass of one atom over 1 by 12 mass of one atom of one atom of C12. So this is the definition of atomic mass. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So atomic mass nಮಗೆ mass of one atom whole over 1 by 12th mass of one atom of C12.
No, mass of one atom means it's a given. It is of given element, right?
Yes, it's of given element. Okay. So here again, if we ask or if any ask you the definition of AMU, so what exactly AMU means? So AMU is defined as 1 by 12th mass of an atom of C12 isotope. So this is what one AMU is. Okay, so that is one AMU. So one AMU is equal to 1 by 12th mass of an atom of carbon 12 isotope. So that is what AMU is. So that is not I am saying about atomic mass. One AMU or AMU is equal to 1 by 12th mass of an atom of carbon 12. So we'll see the value of one AMU, how much it comes, all that later. So not worry the values of AMU. So we'll see that in the first few classes. When starts, then we'll see about the value of one AMU. Yeah. Okay. So whatever the atomic mass we will get, it is always mentioned in terms of AMU. Okay. So whatever the atomic mass you take, that will give you or that we are going to mention in terms of AMU. So that X. So ಈಗ for example ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ನಾವು ಮಾಸ್ ಕಂಡಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆಟಮ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಂಡಿಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು X ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ X ಏನು mass of one atom. So this X is the mass of one atom. Yeah, okay. Is that clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we'll move on to the next thing. So I'll clear this now. Okay. So if we consider if we have atomic mass from hydrogen up to calcium. We have, or if you want to find out atomic mass of hydrogen to calcium. So we know the atomic number of hydrogen is equal to 1 and atomic number of calcium is equal to 20. That means those elements which have atomic number ranging from 1 to 20. So ranging from 1 to 20. So here we have some exceptions for hydrogen. There is already know the mass of that. Nitrogen, chlorine, and argon. So these are the 4 elements which has an exception. So since hydrogen has an exception, I am excluding 1 here. So I am considering from 2 to 20. So in 2 to 20, if the atomic number is even, if the atomic number is going to be even, then the atomic mass will be equal to twice of atomic number. Okay. So the elements whose atomic number ranges from 2 to 20, and if in that atomic number is even, then their atomic mass is going to be twice of the atomic number. Similarly, if it is going to be odd number, okay, so in that case the atomic mass will be equal to twice of atomic number plus 1. Okay, so that this what thing we have used here. This is not applicable only for these elements. Only for these elements, this trick what we use will not be applicable for this. Okay, so rest of the elements, excluding the 4, rest of the elements what all we have, so they all can be following this method. Okay, so you can take an example of calcium only. If I take, so atomic number of calcium is 20, so 20 is the even number, so it will be twice of that, so that will be equal to 40. So 40 is the atomic mass of calcium. So if I write 40 AMU, so that is the atomic mass of one atom of calcium. 40 AMU is the atomic mass of one atom of calcium. Is that clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. You can try with some other elements and you can find the atomic mass of that. That 35.5 is exception. That's chlorine ideyala. So in the case of chlorine, if you take 35.5, actually double of that is the mass of chlorine. Exactly. But since why we are not considering or why we are keeping exception here is because of the point decimal. So other all atomic numbers will not have decimal, but this will have a meaning. Let me say like not 71. Okay, so actually chlorine is 17. So double of that is going to be 34. So double of chlorine is going to be 34. But the mass is found to be 35.5. So that is an exception here. So hydrogen agbodu, nitrogen agbodu, ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ has atomic number 7, but when it comes to mass number it is going to be 28 because nitrogen exists as a molecule. Okay, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. Is that clear to you all?
Yes, Anna.
Okay. Okay, so I'll clear this. So that's about atomic mass. So that's about atomic mass and atomic mass unit. So we'll be discussing more of that in the higher classes, later classes. So the next thing what I want to discuss is so next is equivalent mass. Okay, what is equivalent mass? Equivalent. So equivalent mass is nothing but, or it can be defined as number of parts by mass, number of parts by mass of the element which combines or displaces, which combines or displaces 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen (1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen), or it can be 8 parts by mass of oxygen, or it can be 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine. Okay, so this is the definition. So definition of equivalent mass is number of parts by mass of element which combines or displaces 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen, 8 parts by mass of oxygen, 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine. So combines or displaces we are saying. Combines ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು chemically combine ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ displacement, so displace ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So that is what I am saying here when it comes to displaces or when it comes to combine. So for example, if I consider an element A, so I have consider we have an element A. Okay, so this element has a mass of x gram. This element has a mass of x gram, which combines with 1 gram of hydrogen, or it can combine with 8 gram of oxygen, or it can combine with 35.5 mass of chlorine. So chlorine is or combines with the 35.5 chlorine. So then, so ಈ ತರ combine ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, so this is equivalent mass of A. Then that is going to be equivalent mass of A. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ A ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, ಆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ x ಗ್ರಾಮ್. x ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಏನು ಆ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ x ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು 1 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ 35.5 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ x ಏನಿದೆ, that x is known as equivalent mass of A. After it combines with the hydrogen or oxygen or chlorine, then that x gram, what we have called, is known as equivalent mass of A. That x gram is going to be equivalent mass of A. Okay, so I'll explain that in the another example. Okay, so I'll clear this example now. So let me take one more example. Let me take MgCl2. Okay, so if I write this as Mg and plus 2Cl. Okay, so I know here the atomic mass of Mg, atomic mass of Mg is 24 gram. Atomic mass of Mg is 24 gram. It means 24 gram of Mg combines, it will combine with how many chlorine?
2 chlorine.
2 chlorine, right? Yes. So I know the mass of 1 chlorine is 35.5, right? So therefore 2 into 35.5
7.
gram of chlorine. Is this clear for you? Idu ee line clear aita nodi, ee line artha aita nodi. MgCl2 ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ Mg plus 2Cl ಅಂತ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ Mg ಅಂದ್ರೆ 24 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ Mg combines with 35.5 gram of, I mean 2 times or twice the mass of chlorine. 2 into 35.5 gram of chlorine, that comes around 71, right? So this comes around 71. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು Cl atom, let me take it as a ಒಂದು Cl atom 35 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟು. ಈಗ 2 ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ 2 ಬೇಡ, 2 Cl ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಒಂದು ಜೊತೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಒನ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ 35.5. ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 71 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದು 35.5 ಇರಬೇಕು. 71 ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್, 35.5 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 35.5 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು Mg ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು?
Twelve gram.
Yes.
12.
Half Mg.
Exactly 12 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ 12 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಈಗ?
Equivalent mass.
ಹಾ, ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು? Exactly, equivalent mass of magnesium. So that is known as equivalent mass of magnesium. Are you clear with this now?
Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you repeat it once again?
Yeah, I'll repeat. Okay. So idish clear ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ first? ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. I'll take one more example that will be quite easier for you people. Okay, so ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರೋದನ್ನ I'll erase the definition now. Okay, and every week you people had a test consecutively. So from this week you will not be having test on Sunday. Sunday can be free and you can do festival, but your test will be on Saturday, that is tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow there will be no class. So tomorrow there will be no classes for you. As usual, what thing you used to do on Sundays, like test what was there, those tests will be on Saturday, that is tomorrow. So remember that tomorrow you'll be having tests in all the subjects what is happening in the bridge course, and what we have done in this week, excluding this class, what all we done up to last class will be included for your test. This thing what we are going to study today will not be included for your chemistry test. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll come back to this now. So I'll take one more example, then I'll just compare that too. Okay, so let me take CaO, calcium oxide. So what is the mass of calcium here?
40.
Yes, exactly. It is 40 gram, right? Okay, 40 gram. So here 40 gram of calcium, 40 gram of calcium is combining with 16 gram of oxygen. Okay, so what we had, it should combine with 8 gram of oxygen, right? So therefore 8 gram of oxygen gets combined agutte.
20 gram.
Yes, exactly, 20 gram. So this is what equivalent mass. Yavrad equivalent mass idu?
Calcium.
Calcium.
Yes. So that is the equivalent mass of calcium. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಡೌಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಮೆಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ 2 ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನನ್ಗೆ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬೇಡ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಅದು 1 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ 35.5 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ Cl ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟು 20 ಗ್ರಾಮ್. Okay, but if you people ask me, sir, is this going to be common for everything? So ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದು applicable ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ no. So the equivalent mass varies from one, like let me take like acidity to basicity and salts and oxidizing agents, reducing agents ಏನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಗೂ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಲೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೌ equivalent mass is this which displaces or combines 1 part by 1 gram of oxygen hydrogen, 8 gram of oxygen and 35.5 parts of fluorine. So ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದು ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. So that is what equivalent mass. When we are doing the problems or when you are solving the problems on that, so only we'll use some easy methods to calculate the equivalent masses. Okay. So how many of you are not clear with this equivalent mass? ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ you can ask me.
No, I didn't understand clearly.
Okay. So where you have the doubt?
I was taking half of
Can you be a little louder?
about those 3 gram and 60 gram of oxygen and 20 gram. How will we take those things?
Okay, see here. Okay, so here if I see the calcium, okay, calcium oxide, let me take. So you know calcium will be in the 2+ state and oxygen will be in the 2- state, and they combine and they form calcium oxide here. Okay. So here the mass of calcium, okay, we know the mass of calcium. The mass of calcium is going to be 40 gram. Okay, so the mass of calcium is going to be 40 gram. So here this 40 gram of calcium is combined in 16 gram. Mass of oxygen eshtayitu 16 gram aitu, mass of oxygen. Okay, the mass of oxygen. So we know the atomic number is 8, right? Atomic number is 8, which is even. Clear? Which is even. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ even ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು twice ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? It will become twice. Yes. So it will become twice, right? So that is 16 gram. So ಅಂದ್ರೆ calcium 20 gram ಇತ್ತು, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು atomic mass ಬಂದಾಗ 40 gram. This is 20 is atomic number, 40 is the atomic mass. Similarly, 8 is the atomic number, 16 is the atomic mass. And don't think this 8 gram is the atomic mass. No, sorry, this 8 gram is the atomic number. No, it 8 gram has nothing to do with atomic number. Okay, adr bage veda. So 40 gram calcium enide, that is combining with 16 gram of oxygen. Calcium ಮತ್ತೆ oxygen reaction ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಎರಡು ಸಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 40 ಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? should get 56 gram. So that law of conservation of mass is also balanced. So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 40 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. It has to completely react. It cannot partially react. It has to completely react. So completely react ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗಿಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದೇನು, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ equivalent mass ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಏನಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, 1 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, 35.5 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್. ಸೊ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ 8. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು? 21. 40ನ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ 24 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ, 2 ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಮಾಸ್ 71 ಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ 35.5. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್. ದಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್?
Yes and no.
Yes, and no.
Okay, so there are some more things to be added to this equivalent mass. I'll do that in the next coming class. I'll continue with that in the next. Okay, so we'll stop at this point, and I'll continue that in the next class. And prepare for your tests. So I'll not be giving any assignment today. So prepare for your tests. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.